Next, we're going to add YouTube videos and links into our escape room. So the last place that we left off was balancing the scales. So we had to add 16 of the 64 gigabyte hard drives to equal 1024. So then from here, it says that the room starts spinning, a hole opens on the floor, you fall into another classroom with a colorful lock. We've added an image of a colorful lock. Again, the add image button is right here. So you'll see that we have 4 different colors: blue, red, green, and yellow. We're going to add a section. So anyway, that being said, what you want to do is click on the bottom of the previous section and then click on add section, just to make sure that it does indeed occur at the end of your escape room. All right, so then from here, what we're going to do is I'm just going to title this something like YouTube video and spreadsheet. In the description, I'm going to put in my hypothetical situation. So you see that there's a desktop computer that's open to the following document. Click the link below to view. Obviously, there's no link yet, but we're going to be covering that. Then it tells you that on the link, you recognize one of the correct answers. You type it in, and it lights up in blue. And then you think, well, maybe this could be related to the lock on the door. So anyway, that being said, it says that on the same computer, there's a YouTube video open. You watch the video and think you can answer the remainder of the questions. So obviously there is no YouTube video here yet, but that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, so anyway, that being said, as far as the document, what I've done is I have created a spreadsheet that looks like what we see here. And we mentioned that for the last question that the student typed in the word bug and it lit up in blue. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to use what's called conditional formatting. So anyway, we said that the correct answer is bug. So you're going to type in the correct answer here. And then from here, you're going to click on the format menu and then click on conditional formatting. So what we're going to do is over here on the right-hand side, we're going to say format cells if text contains. And then we're going to say format it if it contains the word bug. Then from here, you're going to choose a color. We said that it lights up in blue, so I'm going to choose blue. All right, so just to demonstrate how this works, I'm just going to erase it, and you'll see that it turns white again. If you were to type in a different word, let's say ant, and hit enter, nothing happens. If you type in bug, it turns blue. All right, so then next what you're going to do is you're going to type in all the remainder of your correct answers. Now, you're obviously not going to give your students the copy with the correct answers, but I just want to type them in so that way you have an idea of how this works. So let's just say, for example, that we have the color code yellow, red, green, blue. What you're going to do is you're going to click on the first correct answer. You're going to click on add another rule on the right-hand side. Actually, you know what? To make it easier, I'm just going to close out of this because otherwise you want to make sure that you don't accidentally format the wrong cells. So anyway, format, conditional formatting. Now it's showing cell B2. I'm going to format the cells and then say that text contains. And let's say I'm concerned about students spelling the word source incorrectly. Maybe I would just put the word open, you know, if I thought that they'd be able to spell that. But then source, I know that they might kind of have some difficulty. They might spell it something like what we see here. So I'm just going to put the first couple letters of the word source for the text contains part. And then from here, I'm going to choose the fill color of yellow, since we said that it was going to light up in yellow if they get it correct. And then we're going to click on done. If you click on the next space here, we're going to add another rule. And then again, format cells, text contains. I'm going to do the same thing, closed SO. We said that this one would turn red. And then the next one here, we're going to hit done. Then click on the next one, another rule. Text contains Firefox. And then we said that this one was going to be green, which actually green is already chosen, which makes it easier for us. And then we're going to click on done. Okay, we can exit out of the conditional formatting. And so then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to erase the correct answers because, again, we don't want the students to see them. If they were to type in an answer that's not correct, nothing happens. If they type it correctly, let's say even with the misspelling, open source, it lights up. So anyway, what we're going to do next is we're going to share this. You're going to need to make sure that you change the link either to your domain or, again, for those of you doing the course and you want to share it with anyone with the link, that's what you should do. What you're going to do next is you're going to copy the link and then click on done. Okay, so now that it's shared, what you're going to do is you're going to go into your escape room where it says click the link below to view. You're going to paste the link. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to notice that there's a slash toward the end of the URL and then the word edit. You're going to erase the word edit and everything that comes after the slash. So then from here, what you're going to do is after the slash, you're going to type in the word copy instead. This is going to function as a link that's going to allow your students to generate their own copy of the spreadsheet to get the correct answers. Okay, so then next up, what we're going to do is we're going to add a YouTube video. So to add a YouTube video, you click on the second to last icon towards the bottom here, which is the add video button. You're then going to either search for a video or if you happen to have the URL, which I do, I happen to have the video open right here. So I'm just going to copy the URL. And then from here, I'm going to go into my escape room and paste the URL and then select. Again, I have the ability to make it larger or smaller, so it's totally up to you. Again, if you want to add a title, you can. Again, up to you. Okay, so then the last thing we're going to do is we're going to add our question that has to do with the color lock. So I'm going to do add question. And then I'm going to put in something like what color combination will open the lock. And then you have the ability to do either multiple choice or short answer, which we covered in the previous videos. I'm just going to do short answer. I'm going to make it required, very important. In this one, I'm going to show the description, which can give a little hint, as well as the response validation. Response validation is definitely necessary. The description is optional, and it's a great way to differentiate your instruction by giving some kids hints within the description. So anyway, I'm just going to say something like hint, use all lowercase letters and spelling counts. Also, please make sure that you only have one space between each word. For example, you could have something like, yellow, blue, red, green. Now, of course, that's not the actual answer. Anyway, we're going to change the response validation to say text contains, and then from here, you would have the correct answer, which in this case, the correct answer is, and obviously I need to make sure I spell it correctly, yellow, red, green, blue. Error message, keep trying. Okay. So anyway, that being said, then what we're going to do is we're going to add another section. So we'll say you enter the code and open the door, and then congratulations. Okay, so anyway, what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to show you what this is going to look like from the student point of view. So I'm just going to click on the preview button. I am just going to have to kind of rush through to get to that particular section. So again, I'm clicking on next to move through my sections. I'm answering the first question correctly. Then from here, again, clicking on next, going down to the second question, answering it correctly. Here's my colorful lock, again, next. And then here is the section that I just created. So you'll see that it automatically turned this into a blue link. My students would click on that, and then they would click on make a copy. And then it's going to generate their own copy of the color lock. So then to get the color lock, what they would do is they would put in the correct answers. So for example, bug was the correct answer for the first one, and it lights up in blue. Again, another way to differentiate, some students, they might need the YouTube video, others might not. But anyway, they would be able to click to play.
Almost every piece of computer software is created using source code or the technical.
Now you'll see that, that full screen is unavailable. So again, when you're sizing everything, you want to consider that. But anyway, the video gives the answers to the remaining questions. And so when the students get the questions correct, again, they would be able to get their code. Again, I purposely misspelled it, so. And then this one, I did say I had to have the correct spelling. So then yellow, red, green, blue, they'd go over to the color combination. And then if they got it incorrect, they would not be able to click next. So let's just say I did. Keep trying. If they get it correct, they'll be able to move on. See, now they can click next and go on to the next section.